Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Today is the daily color in Small Victories. We are finishing up our Valentine turtle. I used a color combination from my Colorful Country Life yesterday, and here is what I've chosen. She has a greens video, so I went ahead and did a green set. I added an extra color. She has a series of them, and I picked the one that uses olive green for the dark, but I do also have set aside dark green. If I need a more intense deep green, I have that available to me. And then I had said yesterday when doing the turtle's body that I wanted to go back in and do some darks. So I have added number 1095 over here, which is a very deep brownish red called Black Raspberry, that I hope that we will have time to play with at the very end. I'm saving both the dark green and the black raspberry for that. I also want to correct my spelling of colorful. C-O-U or L-O-U-R is the correct spelling. And then I do have her links. She is the channel that has the very extensive color comparison or conversion chart of, I believe, 12 different sets of pencils. So I have her already on my list for the conversion charts. And she's also doing these series of videos for color combinations, and they are not just for Prismacolor. I think she has played around with Polychromos, Prismacolor, and some Black Widow. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Today it's a little earlier in the day, and I want to get this done. Hub is taking his nap. So I've got the four colors. I don't know how much I will use the chartreuse, but I wanted to get the full color combo out. So we have, and I always do it the wrong way. I don't know why that is, because I hold them in my hand the opposite. So let me get these positioned correctly. And then we will see if we can crank out this turtle. 989 chartreuse, spring green 913, apple green 912, olive green 911. There is quite a big transition between 912 and 911, but I see that she is using quite these big steps in between. The colors that I have to choose from is a bluish green, peacock green that's more of a middle green, or the grass green, and the grass green is too neonish for me. So I'm going to skip it, and I'm using her. Again, she has her combinations, and she's doing them from right to left on the video. And I'm using the third one, which is farthest to the left. So we're going to start with, and all of these leaves are going to use the same colors. I just will vary the colors somewhat as needed. So we have sort of a variety to the look of the leaves. And then hopefully I will finish very quickly so we can do some touch-ups. Trying to match these these heart flowers are so cute. So cute. And then some tulips. And we're going to do that. I am just blocking in some of these darker colors. Might have to erase some of the red, we'll see. Again, the Prismacolors I find are pretty messy. And so you'll see that probably somebody more experienced would be better at keeping the colors in areas you don't want the colors. I did pull out, I have so I have to have had to make adjustments to my workspace and my craft space, having this kitten who is actually a lovely kitten. He's like a little old soul, but he still gets into trouble, even for how good he is. So I have 4 cups, the cups that you get at the Dollar Tree. One of the cups has mostly erasers in it, and I'm pulling out this electric one from that to try to clean these leaves up so I don't smear the green and the red and end up with brown. But I have to put everything away now. My desk has never been so clean. And he, as a kitten, he's cuddly in certain situations, but for whatever reason, which is one of the reasons why I call him an old soul, he knows that my desk is kind of my workspace. And so what he does is he never wants to like cuddle or bug me here. So he won't stop by and like play with my stuff. He kind of jumps up. He'll say hello and just make a quick pit stop for just a half second, and then he keeps going. So my desk is always clean where he traverses it. It's like his little kitty freeway. And then I'm right now over off to the side here with where I film. I have, for the most part, with me injuring my calf, I have for the moment abandoned the zero grav chair that just sits there kind of half folded up. And I haven't colored. I mean, I colored in it for months. And for whatever reason, it just doesn't appeal to me right now. And so I color sitting up. I think part of it is I'm trying to focus on getting as far along in Small Victories as I can, so I feel like I'm very focused. And so he just doesn't really bother me here. He doesn't bother my stuff very much. I now have moved. I have this sidebar under a window. It's IKEA furniture. Besta is what the bottom one. It's very low to the ground. But for whatever reason, he doesn't jump up there at all, which I appreciate. And so it has adjusted the whole way I operate at this desk. Yeah, that end of that still has some red. I don't know if I can. Let's see if I can clean that up. This is just a part of working with these pencils. Oh, that did a good job. Okay, so I was afraid that right there was going to be a stain, and it did not stain. Very nice. I wanted to keep this particular, these little ivy leaves very bright colored. All right, now I'm kind of gonna be a little brave here. This is the olive green. Give it a little bit more depth. It's a very flat, the leaves are flat with no detail. So I'm just gonna add my own detailing. I thought for sure that with this kitten I would have to deal with possible chewed up pencils. I still am being very careful, and I keep the pencils when they're out in, I think right now I have 4 Lazy Susans set up for different coloring projects. I do have some cases that I bought for class that I already pulled out the Velcroable sleeves that hold a total of 50 pencils for having, well, not 50, I think it's 48. And so those are for class. And then there's, I think I have 3 or 4 cases, just the outer part that holds 20. So I can switch to keeping the pencils in cases at the point where he decides, because there are places he can't get to yet because he's quite small, but eventually he will be big enough to jump almost everywhere. So I am prepared for the eventuality of needing to keep my pencils safely away from him. Okay, those are cute. We've got these very light colored leaves we're after now. I think I did this backwards, and what I needed to do was put the chartreuse on the end. Our next page is going to be, I'm trying to think of ways to streamline it. They are teeny tiny flowers. There are 6 of them. They are framed circles. With framed circles or any framed images, I've been enjoying playing with the black. And the last black project I did, I am still working on it, by the way. And that is the Languo with the 4 framed images, and I used the Derwent. And then the Languo, one of the frames, I did just purely the gel pens. They are very, well, I am so slow anyways that they are coming along very slowly. But I think what I will try to do before I get started on the circles is actually make myself pre-color them all in. That will take a bit of time. But I've got tomorrow that I could do the prep. And then Sunday would be getting started. And then I think I'm going to do a limited palette. To try to go faster and have not as many pencils. So that's kind of my game plan. We'll see if, I'm not sure if in there I can have a poll, because I would have to do the poll today. So I'm probably not going to put a poll out for that. It will take more than one day to get these done, so we'll see if there's something I could ask you for the final day to help make maybe a color choice. So this is chartreuse, and then I'm using spring green as the darkest green, but keeping the overall the color quite light. I am now, I've got a whole bunch of different shapes. So let's get going on some of these. So I do have my family, my husband's family coming, his sister, my sister-in-law. She'll be coming on Saturday. I don't do it very often, but I think I am going to pre-record. I do not want to lose any time. So I hope everyone is all right with me actually pre-recording my daily colors so I don't lose any ground with my goal of finishing Small Victories. It won't be finished on time, but I'd like to finish it. If I can't finish it by the end of March, it would be nice to finish it. Maybe we'll say by May. I have at the end of the month, boy, I think I recollect a pre-order book coming. And then I do have a couple of projects. I owe one last image from Magical Worlds that my mom picked. Of all things, it's a turtle. So I'm not going to be doing that right away since I'm getting an opportunity to do this turtle today. So, but maybe somewhere in March. We're having, after yesterday, what did I say it was yesterday? 87 degrees. And today is 12 degrees cooler. 75. I had to double up my, I have a long sleeve rash guard top that I bring to the pool, and I already had a tank top rash guard top on, so I had to double up. It was so windy, it was really cold. I love the pop of the chartreuse, you guys. I think that is a very nice. I was toying with not going that light, and I'm glad I did opt to go that light. All right. So I told you that I had the dark green. I need some more variation. So we'll do that. Okay, so this side will be the dark green as the darkest color. And then on the other side, this is the olive. And then I see these little leaves that I'll need to think of something fun to do with them. I'm very fixated on those Languo gel pens, wanting to work on my first look, which is why I'm focused on getting the 4 framed images done, because that's part of my analysis. We've got Scott Hub's sister coming, so things are all, oh yeah, so I like that. We've got dark green on the left here. See that little, oh, and I touched it. That was just a little tiny bit of red that came right off. I do have my brush. Again, I can't stress enough, if you are not experienced with Prismacolors, have your brush handy. Oh, I have 2 brushes handy. I wish I was better at having things be smooth. just not good with the blending out of these. It just comes with time. There are other sets I have used a lot, and I feel very confident in using them. Any of the Brutfuners, I'm very confident in using. Polychromos, confident. These very waxy pencils, not so confident. All right, so that one is done and looking good. This, oh, that's a piece of leaf. Look at that. Dark green right here. All right, now to the olive side over here, and I am skipping apple green and going one lighter to spring green. And because I've got chartreuse, quite little pops of chartreuse kind of everywhere, these leaves I'm going to skip the chartreuse. And we'll see how I like it. Olive again. I almost feel like, so we're waxy. The layering, when these fill up the tooth, I can actually see I'm scratching some of the color off to get the other color on. And so there's lots of crumbs. It's all the crumbs there. All right. What kind of greens have we got? Okay, so these are little cone flowers. Well, I don't really know what they are. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to make it green. These are going to be green, and the flowers are drop. See, there's the little stem they're hanging from. So they're kind of like little drop flowers. All right. We are on to flowers. I'm going back to my red combo, and we're going to do this a similar using all of the combo, which is 7 colors. Yes, 7 colors. And you're starting with the lightest Deco Peach, I believe. Yeah, Deco Peach. Now I haven't pulled, we got centers of these 4 flowers and then these little pom-poms. And I don't have a yellow pulled. I could use chartreuse possibly, because this is the only place that I have the centers. So let's just keep it with these 2 color tones, just like that. I'm gonna sharpen the blush pink. Okay. So we have carmine red. I see 3 tulips, and I think I'm going to go ahead and have them be lighter toned. This particular color is a little harder to fill in the tooth. I noticed that when I did his head yesterday. I'm gonna then add so we're doing middle to light on the 3 tulips. If I want to, I could do white flowers. So what I'm going to do to start out with is these little hearts. And one of these flowers will be white. Then I might adjust it. I might decide that that needs to be colored. Okay, so the lightest Deco Peach. This needs to be sharpened. I will say these do not hold their point. I find I've been sharpening them way more than I would my normal pencils that I am used to. And I only own one other set this soft, and that's the Evazar. Those are very cute. Now we're gonna go, I do want, starting with Crimson Lake, which is second darkest. Pomegranate is the purple tone, and I'm going to have, this is like a daisy upside down. That's how I'm interpreting the petals. The cute petals. And then next is the Crimson Red. Followed by, okay, Pomegranate's the darkest. Scarlet Lake is going to be next for the ends here. So one of the things that I've noticed, everyone who has used Prismas probably already knows how to deal with this, is I get this glossy finish, but I get pencil marks, and what I've used is paper towel to just wipe and smooth out the lines so that the pencil lines don't show. It's just a smooth, glossy surface. This is the darkest color. Okay, so now I'm going to take the pomegranate right here, which is the purpley color. And I want these two little pom-pom flowers. To have the purple, and then I am going to try, since we can smush, can I smush? Oh, I can. Look at that. Very nice. I said that that flower would be white. Then I have to decide. Going with Crimson Lake, moving pomegranate over here, because that's like the purpley color. And I am going to have these be dark. I'm going to grab one of the reds. How about crimson red here? This should be pretty vibrant. This is looking nice and Valentine-y. There is this one butterfly. Again, grabbing the blush pink. I will also say as a warning to myself, if I was going to have to be coloring across the image, I would need to have my glassine out, but this is all no pencil where my hand is, and I am making sure I'm not touching pencil. All right, the three hearts that you would think would be pink or red, I'm going to leave white, and I'm adding just a tiny bit of chartreuse at the base of them. Next, I am grabbing a tiny bit of Deco Peach. Just a hint. All right. That needs a little hint. The butterfly, I have pomegranate off to the side here. Oh, I have black raspberry, the body of my butterfly will be black raspberry. And we will have time now to go in with these two dark colors, though I will say I used the dark green. I am going to keep him darker. My logic for making him a darker butterfly is that I've got white and light pink. Just the tiniest hint of a light color. Okay, look at that. We are for the most part done. I have the black raspberry right here. I have to decide what I want to do with it. So I'm looking around. I'm going to move up so I can see Mr. or Mrs. Turtle. Probably a Mrs. Turtle. And I'm just going to go in and add some depth. I said that the back legs on the far side needed shadow, and I am following the dots. I've probably mentioned this before, in our community we have turtle trackers, and my husband is on the turtle tracking team, and so you will see turtles with numbers painted on them, and they get weighed and measured. As they are found on the property. So that is one of the many things that people can be involved in here at TGO. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I do need to smooth all this out. But I really want how are we doing for time? Oh, we're doing well. Trying to get rid of all of the tooth. So the turtle segments are typically not flat. So I'm hoping by going over the lines with a bit of this very dark purpley color, we'll add some depth. I have some crumbs. I think that's working. I could have used like a dark warm gray or something, but I really wanted to just keep this red and green. Okay, going back to the back legs here. This is Deco Peach, taking full advantage of the smooshability. I now want, I believe, carmine red. Can't remember if this is scarlet or carmine red, but I have a little bit of tooth that I would like to get rid of here along the edge of the shell. And then I am done. Not even planning any bling. I believe this is it. Okay, so we are finished. We're even a couple of minutes early. Probably not going to worry about any imperfections at this point. I will raise this up so you can see the whole image. There is our Valentine turtle. So, just for fun, let's look at our Valentine Sunday. Oh, that's a taller image. It doesn't all fit. So it kind of feels weird because I don't do the weekly review anymore, since we have a minute or so. What will be happening when I get memberships going is, as soon as I finish these images, which in this case the last two images were 100% done, minus a little bit of cleanup, which I'm going ahead and removing some tooth as I talk about it. So those images, I take photography, I have my mock-up over here, maybe a little evaluation, determination of the pencils, and that's all going to go on the stream version of the video, which is the membership portion or version of this page. So that will be available to members. And then my review, where you get to see and hear me talk about a summary, is the end of the month, where you will see the images. Other than that, I kind of want to leave the excitement and the reveal for everybody for the monthly review. So I'm going to try to remember, though, to do a pullback, because I have not traditionally been doing a pullback view of the whole image completed. So I'm going to be telling myself to remember that. So that is all I have for today. Do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing. We will be working on these circles next. There will be either 3 or 6 sets of pencils. If I do keep the color count limited, like I want to do, I will be able to do 6 sets of pencils, and it will take at least 3 days, I would imagine. So I will probably have a poll of some variety, not sure what challenge or topic I will put up, and have you guys help decide what to do on the last 2. And I hope to see you all at the next one.